Hello, Mr. Ainley here, and I want to quickly talk to you about the Genius Projects. This is something I've done for years and years, and it's been one of my favorite things. So, if you are in the lab right now, you might have heard this phrase. So, we're going to just talk to you about kind of what it involves and what it could look like uh, with your lab time. I've got a page here, but I want to show you just quickly how to get there. If you go to ainley.net, AINLEY.net, hey, who's that guy? Go to teaching and then text M, and that'll take you to this page. Lots of stuff here. I've got resources and different things. The Genius Page project kind of talks a little bit about it. So if you're not sure, this will be the place to go. When I taught full-time technology, I did these every year, and it was one of my favorite things. Students had 1 day a week that they were allowed to work on any project of their choosing. It was something that was just really rewarding to see what students would come up with. And the goal was to dream really big. And so the three requirements of this project was that they learn something new. You have to make something. So what are you going to show off? And you have to help yourself or others. If you're thinking about something that you're interested in, obviously that's helping yourself. But also trying to think about how maybe we could incorporate helping others into this. Maybe I'm learning a skill, and at the same time, I'm going to sell something to raise money for a particular charity. Or maybe I'm going to teach others how to do something. So that's helping others. So there's lots of ways to do this. I'm going to link to a different video where it has a lot of examples, but we'll get there later. Because especially this year, we're not doing the full Genius projects. I'm making this video just to kind of show you the basics of it and the resources that you have. And then I'm here to help. So you can always email me if you're having trouble. You have two lab techs who can help you as well, Miss Barb and Miss Kristen. So let them know if you need help installing software or if there's anything that you're not sure that you can do. Our goal is to try to make it happen. And so that's kind of the fun part about it. You can do whatever you want to. So here's in the years past when I've done this, we've done proposals. You don't have to do this, but again, the idea is to be thinking about what you want to do, and then kind of getting through the whole steps. So this would normally be what my students would fill out, like, what are you wanting to learn? These are the requirements. Who will this help? And what are you making? What are you going to make? What product? It can be digital product, but we just have to have something that you're showing off. Some examples that like people would learn different languages. Like, I want to learn Spanish. Great, but what are you making? Are you going to make a video of you learning Spanish or showing off or reading a book in Spanish? Like, what is your goal? Because it's hard to just say I learned Spanish, but you're like, look it, I got a video that I made. So that would be part of it. Most of the time, you are making something. If you want to write a book, if you want to, make some digital art, if you want to try to make some vinyl stickers or learn 3D printer or all sorts of different things. Like there's things that you are making already. So most of the time that's not a problem. Timeline, thinking about like what is the next few months going to look like. Right now in our time, the semester just began. So we have, a few months till the semester's over. Like what's realistic given our time in the lab? How much time do I want to put outside of this lab, out of the lab? If it's a project that you're excited about, most people have had no issues. They're like, I'm going to work on this at home. This is awesome. But some people just want to work on that. So timeline, what's realistic? Reality check. I've had students that want to start YouTube channels and they want to put out 100 videos. So it's like, okay, let's start with 5 or 1 or 3 or 10. So being realistic is a big part of that too. Like, all right, I want to dream big. I've had students who want to I want to write a book. Great. But maybe they only get a few chapters done by the end of the semester. That's still really awesome. So it's dreaming big, but also being realistic with what we can do and being happy with progress, because any progress is good progress. And then that's like, it gets starting to like plant that seed in your head of like, is this something I want to keep doing? Or do I not like it as much as I thought I would? So that's the proposal. Again, you don't have to do this right now, but it's good to be thinking about these things as you're going through the project. The other thing, and this document is here, it says this document. It's also posted right here as an embedded document, but this is my resources document. And it's taken me years to like perfect this and come up with all these different resources. So what I've done is I've collected resources from different students' projects that they've wanted to do. And I've tried to find as many things that are helpful for them as possible. So you'll see there's topics up top. Those are corresponding with these parts. You can also click on them and go to it. Obviously that one's there, but if I clicked on electronics, it would scroll down to electronics. But here I've got video editing and screen recording. So like if you were wanting to do a YouTube channel or just standalone videos. So that's another thing to think about if you want to do a YouTube channel, but maybe permissions don't allow you to, or your parents don't want you to do that. Start video editing, start recording, start with anything that's relating to that idea. And then as you get serious about it, then maybe we can kind of take you to the next level. Photography and photo editing, digital art, digital resources. So this is something I added more recently of like, just to kind of go along with all the digital stuff. So like finding images you can use, finding color palettes or fonts or different things. So that's more of a helpful resource. Music making, lots of resources there. Blogging and website creating. What could you do that would be helpful for you, if you were to make that? And then again, project ideas. 3D design and modeling. So a lot of things with 3D printers or modeling for animation, all sorts of stuff. And you can see stuff here. Laser cutting, engraving, and vinyl cutting. We don't have a laser cutter yet, but we have a vinyl cutter, and that's usually with vector graphics. And so that's what these sites could be helpful with. And let me just finish, and then I'll go to the next thing. Coding. I have a generic coding. So if you want to learn how to code, if you've never done it before, or if you kind of want to start learning some real coding languages, I've got some resources there. I've dipped heavy into JavaScript. And so I've got some things that are correlating to JavaScript. And that's kind of what I do for fun. And then some other stuff. And then there's also game makings for Scratch. Different things for creating your own video games. Electronics, we have Arduinos and we have microbits that you could use. They are mine, but they're at school and you could use them if that was something that you could be interested in. But they're little actual hardware components, and you could learn circuitry and all sorts of fun stuff. If you're interested in learning languages, if you want to be, writing a book or something, and then I added this one more recently, board game making. There's like, if you want to make your own deck of cards, you could go through the whole process of designing the deck, getting it made. Over on my bookshelf, I've got 2 decks of cards that I designed and made and ordered myself. So that's kind of a fun thing to do. You'll notice that in each one of these, there's websites and software. Websites are almost always free. Sometimes, like Clipchamp is one that we've used more recently. WeVideo was one that my last district paid for, so it might be a little limiting. But a lot of these resources are free that you can use, and they're going to be helpful. Software is, again, most of it's free that you can use, and if it's not installed on the computer, we can get it installed. So let me know about that, or let the lab person know about that, or again, email me if you are wanting something. One thing about music that's not on here, where's music? We have a site license for Ableton Live, which is a audio editing program. We also have interfaces that we've bought. So with microphones like this one I'm using right now, I'm borrowing it. But we have purchased different things that are for you guys to use if you want to. Digital art, we have some drawing tablets. We also have bought one that's a larger tablet that has the screen on it. So you're actually drawing on the screen. And so if that's something you're interested in trying out, we can set that up. I'm trying to think what else we've bought. We've bought a lot of camera equipment, but that's being used by classes. Yeah, I don't know. So if you have ideas, we have a vinyl cutter. So if you want to make stickers, we could kind of get you into that. And so there's lots of fun stuff. The goal is to dream big. The goal is to find something that is one of your passions or interests, or something that you've always wanted to try, and actually get into it. Like try it out. Like I'm here as a resource. I may not see you all the time, especially if you're in Clayton, but if you want to check in, if you want to email, we can set up a time and we can kind of walk you through if you're interested in something specific. If you're really stuck on ideas, you could look at some of the other stuff that, like, these were the classes I taught last semester before I got hired on as a full-time consultant. So digital art, 3D modeling, intro to Google, coding. So if you are not sure, you're like, oh, like, okay, fine. Like maybe there's some stuff in here that could spark interest. I also have a list of project ideas and a couple of videos that I will find a way. I'll put them in the description. I don't know if I can actually put links in there yet because my account's not verified, but I will put stuff in the description, or we can have someone can get it to you. There's a big list of project ideas or a video of what other students have done. So check those out. Check out this page. See if there's something that is really just like, oh, that sounds cool, or I want to know more about that. And then if you try something and you hate it, great. You learned something about yourself. Try something different. If you try something and it gets hard, that's when you can ask for help. That's why I'm here. That's where the lab techs are here. So let's figure out what you're interested in and kind of go through it. And again, remember the requirements. Learn something new. Make something, helping yourself or others. So what are you wanting to learn? And it can be like something advanced that you're like, I kind of know about coding, but I want to go more into coding. Or I know a little bit of Russian. I want to learn more Russian. And if you're interested in some of those things, we also have resources that we can get to you through our school. So that's why we're here. That's what the projects are all about. So let me know if you have any questions. I will talk to you later. Bye.